Nap Time, a short play for stage by Denis Burke. Lights up on Harry's apartment. Harry, Jill and Michael. Jill is asleep or possibly unconscious in a more or less seated position on the couch. Michael is struggling to catch his breath.
So,
hang on.
How about you start from the start again?
Right.
Now, I don't want to rush you or anything, but I feel like we need some more information about...
The sleeping woman I just dropped on your couch.
Yes, that seems like a good place to start.
I'll level with you. I didn't realise she was asleep.
That's strange. I wouldn't have thought she was awake.
Yeah, I did notice that, believe it or not.
You noticed she wasn't awake, but you didn't realise she was asleep.
Well, I thought she was...
You thought she was dead?
I panicked. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry?
I didn't know what to do. I completely freaked out. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, if you're sorry, then I suppose everything's fine, isn't it? We can just move past your bringing what you thought was a dead woman into my apartment. Sure, let's just move on. No harm done. Let's have a beer and chat about our summer plans, shall we?
But she's not dead, so it's good, right?
Well, when you put it like that, it's something of an improvement, yes.
So really, all we need to do is find out why she won't wake up.
We? Why am I involved in this?
Because I came here to throw myself in your mercy. I needed you to help me figure out what to do with a major problem. Well, now it turns out it's actually a relatively minor problem.
Just where did you find this fortunately not dead woman?
In the back of my car.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I finished my gig, packed up, threw my guitar in the boot and headed for home. I stopped in a night shop to get a few beers, came back, drove off. A few blocks later, I glanced in the mirror and see there's someone on the back seat.
And then?
Well, then I drove over here.
After you stopped to see if she was okay?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you checked her pulse or tried to see if she was breathing or for God's sake, tell me you tried something.
Well...
You assumed she was dead?
Well, she was so still.
Well, some people are quiet sleepers.
But not that quiet. I mean, look at her, for God's sake.
Well, that's interesting. Of course, I've seen this before.
You have?
Yes.
What is it?
Sleep. She looks like every other person I've ever seen asleep.
That still.
She's clearly breathing. This is textbook sleeping. There is nothing remarkable or alarming about her sleeping.
It's like I said, I just panicked.
Yes, but you went straight to dead.
I figured someone had murdered her, saw my car unlocked and saw their chance to get rid of the evidence.
You thought someone was walking past a night shop with a dead body and thought, oh, bless my lucky stars, I had no plan at all to get rid of this corpse, but well, look at that, job done.
I keep telling you, I just panicked.
And then you carried her up 3 flights of stairs to my apartment without noticing that she wasn't actually dead.
I mean...
How could you not notice that the person you were carrying was, alive?
I noticed on the second floor.
You noticed before you arrived and still insisted in involving me in this bullshit.
Well, it's not like I involved you in a murder.
No, it's not like you involved me in a murder. You just made a brave effort to make me an accessory after the fact. When that ill-begotten plan fell on its face, you switched direction and thought you would just involve me in it.
In a nothing. It's fine. She's fine.
No. I think the technical term for this is kidnapping.
Well, she got into my car voluntarily.
Well, how'd you know?
But surely I haven't done anything wrong simply by driving her over here.
No, I suppose not. However, not verifying that she was still alive isn't great. Carrying her up several flights of stairs, calling an ambulance will probably take some explaining.
Jill sighs and adjusts her position. Michael and Harry jump.
Well, she's definitely not dead.
That's something.
Why did you get me involved in this?
I needed someone I could trust.
We've hardly spoken in a year.
I still trust you.
Or me, the guy you kicked out of your band because, let me just get this right. You couldn't trust me to show up on time.
Punctuality isn't the only sign of a good character.
You fired me. Then you more or less ignored me. Now you show up with Jolly Jane Doe here. Why? Why me?
Because you're trustworthy.
Harry takes a breath, crosses to Jill and shakes her shoulder gently.
Excuse me, sorry, it's time to wake up.
Wait a minute. Don't wake her up yet.
How is waking her up not your most urgent priority?
But shouldn't we have a plan first?
Okay, go. What's your plan?
We could tell her we rescued her.
From?
A fire.
A fire?
Yeah, okay, it's a bit too far-fetched. Yeah, you're right.
Well, why don't you just tell her the truth?
Well, that I kidnapped her.
Only a little.
We're going to have to do better than that.
Or better than the truth? You have no idea how she ended up on your back seat. That's not your fault. You could have called the cops or an ambulance or something, but you have no idea why she ended up on your back seat. As far as I can see, the only thing you really did wrong was assuming she was dead. Just don't admit that, and I think you're home and dry.
You mean we're home and dry?
I never wanted to be involved in this.
Well, you're involved now.
No, I'm not. Just because you brought this shit to my door. Forget it. It's your problem, not mine.
You know, there's a video.
What, a video? What video?
From that last day in Dusseldorf.
You dirty bastard.
Harry, I only kept it to protect you in the event.
You only kept it so you would have something over me in case you ever needed some poor son of a bitch to help you with a corpse.
Well, she's not a corpse. Look, she looks quite healthy, actually.
Yeah, she's sleeping so peacefully, you could almost think she was quite well and hearty and not dead.
For the last time, I just panicked.
Yeah, but you still had enough time to think about who you could blackmail into helping you.
Harry, we're friends.
You fired me.
That was just business.
I'm a damn good drummer.
Who can't get to a gig on time?
We all have our faults. I can't tell if it's 8 o'clock or 5:30. You can't tell the living from the dead.
Please help me think of a plan.
No, I don't believe you threatening to blackmail me.
Choice is yours, Harry, old son. You could help me, or...
And now you're actually blackmailing.
You leave me no choice.
Did you know that I was enjoying a quiet night in when you landed here with the latest episode of your own personal drama?
A quiet night in? Well, if that's a euphemism.
What's that supposed to mean?
A euphemism. It's like a code or a substitution for a word or idea that you don't want to repeat because it's indiscreet, rude, naughty.
I know what a euphemism is. What do you mean about my quiet night in?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I fairly over-explained that, didn't I?
Yes, you did, rather.
I meant, if you were referring to a quiet night in, as like what your ex-girlfriend caught you doing in Dusseldorf.
No, I mean, I was having a quiet night in before you and I arrived with Susie's slumber and a head full of extortion.
Got that out of your system now? Yeah? Good. Now, how are we going to fix this?
Well, let's wake her up, tell her she was having a seizure. You brought her here because it was close by and you knew it was safe.
Right. Well, why didn't I call an ambulance?
That's a good question, Michael. Why didn't you just call an ambulance?
I mean, in the story.
Yes, I know, but I can't come up with an answer for why you wouldn't call an ambulance because it's so painfully, obviously the right thing to do. I mean, still talking about the story here, of course, she's going to wonder why you'd need to be some witless moron not to think of calling an ambulance, she'll say. Only some sort of brainless fool, a real dolt of the highest grade, would fail to think of something so clearly the correct thing to do, she'll say.
Think you made your point? What if my phone wasn't working, so I dashed over here to use yours?
That might work. Let me see your phone for a moment.
Michael hands Harry his phone. Harry weighs it, examines it, then places it on the floor and stamps on it violently and repeatedly.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that should be quite convincing.
What's the matter with you?
Hard to say, Michael. It's probably the blackmail has me a bit upset.
Okay, so my phone wouldn't work, so I brought her here and asked for your help.
Yes, but by the time you arrived here, she was already over the seizure, and so we left her to recover for a few minutes.
And then we woke her up. Okay, that sounds convincing.
I'll get her a glass of water.
Okay.
Harry exits. Michael paces. Harry returns with water and places it somewhere near Jill.
Okay, let's do this.
What?
Wake her up.
Hang on. What about the video?
What video?
The Dusseldorf video?
Oh, yeah, right. I'll delete it.
When?
As soon as I get home.
Your word?
Yes, I'll give you my word.
And there are no more copies? It's not online anywhere?
I promise, it's not online anywhere.
Okay, let's wake her up.
Right.
Hang on.
What?
Where did the video come from in the first place?
What do you mean?
Martha, as the whole world knows, walked in on me, but she didn't have a camera.
You say walked in on you, but you were outdoors.
I lost a bet, and she didn't have a camera.
Well, someone else filmed it.
Someone else who?
Jack.
Do you mean to tell me that you bastards put me up to that and secretly filmed me?
And arranged for your girlfriend to catch you in the act.
And now you're here blackmailing me with that video?
Well, it's just a joke.
Joke. We broke up over that. Now you nearly got me involved in a very serious crime tonight.
Okay, Harry, calm down.
Calm down. Fuck you, calm down. You ruined my life once, and now here you are threatening to do it again.
You're trembling. You're getting all worked up. Now, don't upset yourself so much.
Upset myself.
Harry snaps, punches Michael square in the face. Michael, stunned, recovers quite quickly and grabs Harry. They struggle, their foreheads collide. They both lose consciousness. A moment passes. Jill wakes up. She takes in her surroundings and sighs heavily. She produces her phone and dials.
Hey, it happened again.
Blackout.